Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in really scuffling, losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the younger guys and make themselves better.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Play action now, Dalton. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The numbers for Austin a week ago. 24 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now the starting lineup here defensively for Pittsburgh. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Third down from the gun. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in. So
out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, the former Houston Cougar, Case Keenum.
And he seemed to come out of nowhere to take the Vikings job a year ago. Ended up throwing 22 touchdown passes, including a huge one against the New Orleans Saints in the divisional round to propel them to the NFC Championship game. And he's one of those guys that as he kept playing, you kept saying to yourself, I wonder what he would do with a full season. And he showed the world in 2017.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
I'm focused on Preston Brown, and I think anyone playing offense has to be focused on him as well. An absolute tackling machine in 2017, tied for the NFL lead with 144 tackles. This guy knows how to diagnose plays and get ball carriers on the ground.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, Keenum. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 3rd down, it's Austin. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
And they'll go on the ground. A nice little juke. Again with a juke. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 62 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Taco Charlton in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Play action here with Dalton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. Early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
A look up to the scoreboard as time has run out on this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Shotgun snap for Keenum, and this is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Keenum. Hard throw, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Passing, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Jones on the return. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, boy, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. His throw incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Keenum fights loose. That's complete right around the 8. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's third down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's McKissick. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Not a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A carry now for McKissick. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. It's second down. Dalton looking. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This one taken just inside the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now that's how you start a drive. Not only do you pick up a first down, you do it on a chunk play. Big yardage, and now you put a little bit of a dent in the confidence of the defense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Throwing is Keenum on third down. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They will run it. It's McKissick. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Partner, we always talk about how important third down is, but I think first down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
They'll run with McKissick. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. J.D. McKissick, his first touchdown on the year. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Keenum, Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Yeah. Maybe that extra, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
To the air again, Keenum. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane Works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to come from what, a linebacker, a corner, a safety? They feel like he can win every battle.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Dalton throwing on second down. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Willie Snead, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Jones. And now running right through it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On second down, here's Keenan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hogan. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Holding offense.
So that one will be accepted. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll go on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Here's Eckler to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Now it's Keenum. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the former Colorado Buffalo, Crosby, puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there. We see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Andy Dalton now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Dalton off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shane Ray in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Linval Joseph in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. From midfield here, Dalton. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's Keenum now on second down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on third and 5, third and 6, third and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now Keenum throwing on second. Caught left side to Crabtree. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They'll run now with Ware. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because of the amount of people that get out in front of the runner. Offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back. They like to run that play there and try and run over people.
A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. They'll try the air now with Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On first down, Keenum. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And that is incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And that is incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Keenum got to have this one. And Eifert has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. Another stop on third down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on fourth and goal from the 1. And the Bronco defense comes up big. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And they'll run it here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it first and 10 up at the 20. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On third down, it's Austin, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Keenum will try again on 2nd down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll give it to him right up the gut. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Let's just give credit where it belongs. The defensive front has out-leveraged the offensive guys trying to block them. We often say low man wins in tough situations. That's exactly what's happened here. 3 straight runs, and they haven't been able to get into the end zone.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And on the ground they go with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Keenum now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.